So I want to show you guys something that illustrates why it's really important to be subscribed to your favorite content creators, whether that be me or many other people who are far better at this than I am. And this goes really right back to the data that I'm seeing on my channel, but I know I'm not the only one seeing this because I have talked to other people who are seeing very similar things. The numbers may fluctuate a little bit, the timing may fluctuate a little bit, but universally, the people that I've talked to who are experiencing this problem, it started at the end of August or the beginning of September. So I just want to walk you guys through a couple of the back-end analytics that I see on my account. I tweeted about this just now, but I also think it's important to just go into a little bit more in depth explaining it. One of the problems that I've really been having is my channel was growing at a very predictable pace for months. Now, I really started doing YouTube in earnest at like the end of January, beginning of February, and my channel was growing at about 500 subscribers a day, and it would spike up sometimes. Like if I was on when I was on the Rubin Report, I got a big spike out of that. Anytime I'm on Glenn Beck, I get a spike out of that. So there would be days where there were more than others, but when it was just like business as usual, it was very consistent. It was about 500, sometimes 1,000 to up to 1,000 subscribers a day. Very consistent. At the end of August, it was like a wall came down. And at that point, I started getting around 100, maybe 200 subs a day, which is still fine. And it's still good growth. But I was like, what the metric F is going on? Now, this was around the same time that YouTube announced its policy around making sure that content that wasn't made for kids was like cordoned off and stuff like that. I never got any notifications except for one video that any of my videos were actually affected by that. So I only got one notification on one specific video that said, we're making sure that only people who are signed in are seeing this video and all that good stuff. The rest of it seemed to be fine, except that what I'm seeing now is very consistent, is that YouTube has stopped recommending my content to people who are not subscribed. And I am going to prove that to you right here. So here's a thread I just posted on Twitter. It says, back in August, if you were watching my videos, it was like 50-50 about whether or not you were subscribed to my channel. That was very consistent. It was very consistent from the time my channel really started to grow in February and March, all the way up to the end of August. It was 50-50. If you were watching my video, you were 50% likely to be subscribed to my channel, which is okay. I wanted that number to be a little bit higher, of course. Now, I didn't want this to be the final end result, but let's just keep going through it. Something changed on August 26th, which is when my channel really started to struggle with growing. And again, this is very clear if you look at my data. It's like a wall came down on August 26th. I don't know what they changed, but they absolutely changed something. In September, the number subscribed was 63%. I'll open up these screenshots. You can see this is for the entire month of September, around 64% of the people who are watching my videos were subscribed. Now, when I was looking at this originally back then, I was like, okay, that's good. More people are subscribing to the channel. That was what I wanted. Well, we get into October, and that number is now almost 70% people who are subscribed, except that the rate of subscription has dropped dramatically on what I'm seeing on a daily basis, which led me to believe that my content was probably being cordoned off to only people who are subscribed to my channel. And now in November, and I know we're only 10 days into November as of this filming, I am at 84%, almost 84% of those of you who are watching this video right now are subscribed, which means only 15 to 16% of people are not subscribed to the channel. That's a problem if you want to grow. And so I point this out because I know that I preach a lot about, I ask you guys to subscribe. I did the 100,000 subscriber challenge. The reality is this, now I'm faced with a challenge of YouTube is not only limiting my content to people who are subscribed, they're also actively unsubscribing people from my channel. This has been going on since election day. It's been 100, 200 people per day are being unsubscribed from my channel. Now, I can fully accept that there's churn and there's like an adjustment that takes place after the election. That's totally fine, but I have caught them in the act now on a couple of occasions in the last week, just bulk unsubscribing people from the channel. Like 100 will drop at a single time. That doesn't happen. That is not consistent with the data, just like with the election data that we're seeing out of states like Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin and stuff like that. The data is just not consistent. That's not the way this works. At least that's not the way it's worked for me in the entire time I've been doing this, because I have actually been keeping a pretty close eye on the data. So the reason I'm showing this to you is that it is important to subscribe to the creators that you want to support, and it is important to subscribe to the content that you want to continue to see, whether that is my content, whether that is someone else's content, because YouTube is pulling shenanigans. They're probably trying to make this a platform just for mainstream news that they find credible, blah, blah, blah. And I don't think you're on here because you want that perspective. I think you're on here because you want different perspectives. If you want the perspective of the media, you can turn on your TV. It's really not that hard. But what you get here is a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different content that doesn't get covered in the mainstream media, and it's really important to support the people who are doing this, guys. I cannot emphasize this enough. Listen, I never envisioned this being like a job for me, but I'll tell you what is going to quickly send me back to doing, consulting as a more consistent part of my job, that quite faster than anything, is the minute that YouTube starts to not be financially viable for me. And I hate to put it in brass tacks, but that is exactly what it is. The moment that this platform ceases to be financially viable is the minute you're going to start seeing a whole metric F ton of less content. That's just the way it is, guys. I got to pay my mortgage somehow. So there are also, and again, like subscribing to the channel, making sure you're checking in. I do content almost every single day for you to check in on, so you have regular videos and consistent content. Every single video I make takes time. Every single thing I put together, it takes work to film the video, edit the video, export the video, upload the video, all that good stuff. Now, woe is me. I'm doing just fine right now, but I want to emphasize this point. Now, some of you have said, Carlin, why aren't you on different platforms? Well, I am on different platforms. I'm on Library or Odyssey or whatever the heck it's called now. I'm on Locals. I'm on Minds. I'm on Gab. I'm on Parler. And actually, in regards to my videos, the reason that I would make a decision to be on another platform, primarily with my videos getting imported there, is simple. It's whether or not they have an importer. That's really it. That is the beginning and the end of my decision about where to post my videos at this point, with the exception of Locals, where I do post every single one of my videos ad-free in Locals. But Minds has an importer now. Thank God. I actually wasn't posting videos on Minds until they got the importer. And Library/Odyssey has a great importer. Library and Odyssey, I don't even know what the official name. I guess it's Odyssey now. I liked Library a lot better, to be honest. But they have an importer that works great. Their team is great. That's no problem. Why am I not on BitChute? Because I have tried over and over and over again to get that flipping importer to work, and it will not work for me. I don't know why, but it's just the way it is. I tried manually uploading for a while. It took a metric F ton of time, and I just don't have it, guys. I just don't. I'm sorry. I wish I could be on every single platform, and it's the way it is. Some of you have asked me about Rumble. Why aren't you on Rumble? Because Rumble don't have an importer. So far as I know, as soon as Rumble gets an importer, I will be on Rumble like that. So they got to do that work too. But the best I can say right now is that if you want to continue to support my work, I need you guys to subscribe. I need you guys to share. I need you guys to give YouTube a big middle finger in regards to the shenanigans that they're pulling, not just with me, because I am not a unique snowflake in this. I'm not the only creator that's experiencing this, but to every single person that puts their time and their energy into creating content on this platform that uses it to try to make a living doing it, like, you guys got to help them out. You have a role to play in this as well. So I wanted to share why I harp on you guys all the time to subscribe. Trust me, it is not because it's my favorite thing to do in the world. I wish I could make every single video without an ask or any of those things. It would be much better for me, and it would be much better for you, but you guys have got to do your part too. So no whining, no complaining, no saying, Carlin, why aren't you on the other platforms? I've just explained all those things. Now's the time to pony up, support the people you want to see content from, and if you don't want to see content from me, man, that's fine too. Hey man, que sera sera, we'll part ways as friends, I hope. Maybe you'll come back someday. All right. That's all I got for this one. I hope it inspires the 15% of you who are watching it that are not subscribed to this channel to hit that subscribe button today. That's all I've got for right now. I'll see you soon.